Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel. Today's video, how many watches and what watches would I have if I wasn't the YouTube sensation? That is a really good question. If I was a normal person, not a YouTube sensation, what exactly would I have? How big would my collection be? So let's make a few assumptions. So say I continued my IT career, I would have the same wife, same house, just a few little adjustments in my circumstances. So what would I have exactly? Well, I got to tell you, I'd very much have a Rolex backbone. That's correct. Because I've always loved Rolex. In the late 90s, I had a collection of Rolexes. And it consisted of a 36mm day-date diamond dial, 18238. A Polar, 16570. A sub 16610, a two-tone Datejust 16013, and a 16800 as a beater. So what would I have? Well, I gotta tell you, the first watch I would have would be a Rolex GMT Function Explorer 2. I've always loved the Polar Explorer 2. Would it be 40 or the 42? And I'd say it'd probably be the 42. Why the 42? Not because of the size, but because of the improved bracelet, solid end links, and the new clasp. I think I would have a Explorer 2 Rolex because I love my Explorer 2s. It's waterproof. It's a great travel watch. It's just a very cool watch to have there. It's got a date function, 24-hour hand there. Just a really cool watch. You could go to work wearing it. You could do anything you wanted with that watch. So I'd say watch, I would have a Rolex Explorer 2. Then, as a second watch, what would I have there as a second watch? I'd want a diver. And I got to tell you, I've owned a number of Rolex divers, and I think I would get back on track to Rolex. It would either be a no-date steel sub, or it would be the date steel sub with the black bezel. So, would it be 40mm or the 42? Would it be ceramic or non-ceramic? Well, I got to be honest with you again. I think it'd probably be the ceramic because I love the improved bracelet. I love the ceramic, and also the bracelet's improved solid end links. It's just a great combo deal. 40mm or 41? Well, it'd probably be the 40 because I'd have no chance in hell of getting the 41. I've always been a bit of a value shopper, so it would probably be a 40mm no date. 40mm no date. Why the no date instead of the date? Well, it's a little bit cheaper. And in the past, when I was buying Submariners, I always loved the 14060. Something about the symmetry of the dial itself there. So there we go. 2 wristwatches that I would proudly have. What else would I have? I got to tell you, I would love to have a wind and wear. I'd probably get myself a milgauss. Black or blue? Black or blue? I'd tell you honestly, it'd be the blue. Because as a kid, I always loved blue. I loved blue shirts. As a kid, I'd only wear blue pants, blue t-shirts. Blue was the color. So I got to tell you, Yeah, I think the Z Blue would be a great wind and wear type watch. And that'd just be a perfect little baby to put on your wrist. Love and enjoy. Love and enjoy. Nothing wrong with that in the least. Nothing wrong with that at all. So that gives us 3 watches. What else would I have there? What else would I have? And I would say I would also have a Omega Speedmaster. Yes, I came into chronographs late and I loved them. And there's something about a manual wind speedy. It could be the sandwich, the sapphire sandwich. It could be the Halcylite. Doesn't matter. I think I'd have a speedy in the collection. That'd be my wind and wear. I'd probably be a guy who'd put it on a few NATOs from time to time. So there we go. That gives us 4. What else would I possibly have? What else? What else? What else? What else? Well, I reckon I might also have a reverso. Yeah, a reverso. Just a wind, manual wind reverso. I actually got my reverso sort of before my YouTube fame really took off. So that was kind of a pre-fame watch. And you know what? I think that'd be all I'd need there. I would possibly have an interest in automobiles and might have a nice car. But I'd say that would probably be about it. 5 at the most. 5 at the most. 5 watches at the most. So it's funny. It's funny. I look at this now and I think, geez, how many, Arch? How many? Explorer 2, Submariner, milgauss, speedy, reverso. 5. No need for a discount diver. Probably not. No need for the Paddocks. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Would I need a Paddock? Could possibly substitute the reverso for a Patek Philippe. Probably a simple Patek like a 5196. That'd probably be my little collection. That'd be the family of watches that I would own. So I've got to be totally honest with you there. I reckon that would be more than enough. More than enough. Just a simple. I think okay. Say it was a bit smaller than that. I'd say, you know, okay. I'd say probably if we could trim it a bit. Say I wasn't making much money. Say times were tough in the IT field. I'd have the Explorer 2. I'd have the Subby. I reckon I'd have the Reverso. 3-piece. 3 pieces. That's what I reckon I would have there. That'd be it. I don't think I would seriously have more than that. That's it. And I gotta be honest with you guys. How many watches do you really need? And I reckon that'd be about it. That's about it. That would do me fine. Quality doesn't have to be quantity, you know? I mean, look, I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. So I reckon that's how the collection would look. Yeah, that is how the collection would look. And it's interesting. I really do think watches themselves there, they are beautiful things. And I got to tell you guys, I think that'd be it. I'd be quite content and happy. So, yeah, I think if I was just a normal non-celebrity, not in the watch business, I would definitely, I'd have 3 to 5 watches. That'd be it. I'd be quite happy with that. Very happy indeed with that there. I'd be, yeah, really, really happy, comfortable, full. I'd feel quite satisfied, very satisfied. Guys, what do you think? What do you think of that, guys? If I wasn't the celebrity, I think that's the number I'd have. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.